Today I'm going to be showing you all 10 glitches and exploits that are currently working in both Minecraft Java Edition and Minecraft Bedrock Edition. These glitches and exploits range from X-raying to see below and above ground to straight up duplicating entire shulker boxes worth of items. And if any of these items on the list end up helping you out, then a like on this video would be greatly appreciated. We're going to start things off on this list with a simple Xray technique that just requires a sticky piston, cobblestone slab, lever, and then a spyglass and potion of night vision are optional. Now you can do this on the Bedrock platform, and I'll show you guys a Java trick in just a second. But all you need to do is place a sticky piston in the ground facing towards you with a lever on top, and then one block in front of it, you want to dig down 2 blocks, place a cobblestone slab at the bottom, and while you're standing on the cobblestone slab, you want to flick the lever and then crouch down. As you can see, it sort of works, but definitely having a potion of night vision will give you a whole lot more sight and vision as to what you have below ground near you. And yes, this even works in survival. Even when you're crouched, you don't take any damage, and it's super easy to do. Now, to do the Xray trick on Java, it is super simple, and these are all the materials that you'll need to do so. You want to start off by placing your 8 slabs in a square like this, but leave open the middle. You then want to place a block on top of this slab so that it's floating, and then turn around and at the front left place your second building block. You then want to place a lever on top of this block, followed by a sticky piston facing you, which can be a little tricky. And then lastly, a trapdoor at the top of this block. Once you have this in place, you should be able to flip the trapdoor down. Just kidding. You want to make sure the trapdoor is actually on the bottom half of the block so that when you flip it down, you'll be able to swim, flick the lever, and then you'll be inside of this slab, which allows you to see perfectly into any cave, ravine, or in city that you might be able to find. For number 2 on the list, I'm going to be showing you all how to get on top of the bedrock roof in the nether. You want to first start out by digging up to Y121. Once you're here, you should be able to start seeing pieces of bedrock above your head when you mine. Now what you're looking for is something exactly like this, where if you're on Java, the left side of your screen where it says targeted block, it should say 127 when you're looking at the highest piece of bedrock you can find. And for all you bedrock players, don't worry, because in just a second, I'm going to show you how to get on the roof of the nether without having to do any of this fancy tricks. Once you've located a piece of bedrock that is at Y127, you can then place ladders going all the way up to the very top. You then want to make sure you're holding forward and you're looking right here at the top of the ladder. Take out your ender pearls, and while holding jump, throw your ender pearl, and you should pop right through the roof of the nether. And now you can build up here whatever your heart desires. It is important to note that if you get on top of bedrock but don't have any way to get down, well, then you have to die. So make sure you bring enough obsidian and a flint and steel to build a portal so that you can get back to the overworld. But if you're like me and you actually want to break the piece of bedrock so that you don't have to build another portal, then make sure you've identified the piece of bedrock that you originally came through, because that's the one we need to break. Go ahead and place a piston on that piece of bedrock facing you with a piece of obsidian next to it. You then want to place a piece of obsidian behind the piston with a lever on it, and then at the very back, place 2 pieces of TNT beside each other, and then come around to the front and place your trapdoor on the top of the obsidian block so that when you use it, you go down into the swimming animation. Now, to make sure this actually works, you're going to need to go to your controls, your keybinds, and then for the use item in place block, you're going to want to change this from your right click to any button on your keyboard that's not currently bound. For me in this example, I'm going to use G, and so the only way that I can open this trapdoor is using G. But to break the piece of bedrock, all you have to do is flick the lever, walk around front here, look up at the corner of this obsidian block while holding down G or whatever button you've bound to your right click, and then you should see the piston fire. And with this little guy's head poking through, we can already see that it has worked. The game basically glitches out, and using this TNT and the state of how pistons work, it will actually break the bedrock, and so you can freely use it to enter or exit the nether roof, and I guess apparently get killed by pigmen. But unfortunately, it doesn't actually look like there's any working methods on Bedrock Edition right now to break bedrock, which is actually kind of ironic. Next up, I'm going to show you one of the easiest duplication farms in all of Minecraft, and all that is required to build this farm is in this chest right here, so a super light material load. Now, before you get started, you need to make sure that this farm is going to be facing south. So I'm currently currently facing south, and while doing so, I'm gonna look forward and place 4 double chests in the ground, followed up by 4 hoppers leading into each chest. Then place 4 pieces of glass on top of each chest. Then grab your building blocks, place 2 on either side, then stand on the glass, and then create this little design right here. Then make the walls too high except the very front building block. You then want to build a 3x2 platform off of the back building block. Go ahead and break the middle 2 blocks. Place trapdoors on the top half of these front building blocks, and then go ahead and destroy these. You can then hop around front and place the 2 water buckets directly below the trapdoors, followed up by a building block on top of the trapdoor and a lever off to the side. When you flip the lever, it should flip these trapdoors. Lastly, you're going to want to make sure the trapdoors are flipped down. Place 2 tripwire hooks on either side and then 2 string into each tripwire hook. Then grab a pair of shears, left click the string, and then quickly right click the lever. You'll know the farm is working when you just see string flying out of the farm, and it will go for as long as you want. Once you want it to stop, just flip the trapdoor, and to get things started again, once again, break a piece of string using your shears and then right click the lever. You don't have to be super fast, but if you do get the timing wrong, it can break the string and you'll just have to replace it and try it again. Now, this next duplication method is one that duplicates tripwire hooks, but since you can trade tripwire hooks for emeralds, this is more or less an emerald duplication glitch. You want to start off by placing a trapdoor that flips up away from you, and then you want to count 1, 2, 3 blocks, go to the other side, and place a trapdoor that flips towards the middle. This should allow you to place tripwire hooks on both trapdoors with a string in the middle, and then you can just repeat this for as long as you like. The longer you go, the more emeralds you'll basically be getting. Once everything's set up, you just basically run down the line of string, and then you'll be able to get 1 additional tripwire hook for every system that you have set up. And then to rearm the system, just go back down, flip up the trapdoors, place down tripwire hooks, and as you can see, once it's activated, it'll give you 2 tripwire hooks instead of just 1. Next up is another micro, super easy, infinite carpet duplication machine. And the cool thing is about this carpet can actually be used as fuel in furnaces, so it's basically an infinite fuel machine. You want to start off with a building block followed by a sticky piston that's connected to a slime block, and then you want to build a total of 5 slime blocks tall. Then hop down and place a dead coral fan on the bottom slime block, and then place whatever carpets you'd like to duplicate so that they're attached to the slime block. Then head around back and build this little L shape coming out of the piston. You want to have a comparator facing into the sticky piston, followed by 2 hoppers facing into each other so that they're connected up like this. You then want to place whatever 1 random item that you have into the hopper, and the farm should start duplicating the carpets as so. Most of the carpets will drop right here in front, so you don't really need to build a collection system. And when you want to turn the farm off, go to the back hopper, place a lever on this block, place a lever on the block, flip it, and the farm is stopped. Now what you can do with all of your duplicated string and tripwire hooks is you can use a fancy technique created by a YouTuber, IanX04, that allows you to endlessly trade with villagers no matter how many times you trade with them in a single day and night cycle. Because this method is rather complicated to explain, I'll leave the tutorial link down below in the description if you all want to use your newly duplicated items to turn them into emeralds, to turn them into as many emeralds as your heart desires. A really cool glitch and feature in Minecraft is that any gravity block that falls through an end portal, it'll be duplicated on the other side. And so whether you want to make a gravity block duplicating machine using this end portal, or you just want to transform this end portal room, you can do so by easily removing the end portals with this simple trick. Go to whatever side of end portals you want to remove, and then dig 1, 2 blocks in front of you and 1 block down. You then want to place your piece of dirt in this block, followed by any sort of mushroom. I will note, if you're unable to place your mushroom, that means there's too many light sources nearby, so try removing some of the lava or torches if you place them down. But then you just bone meal your mushroom, and then you just take your red mushroom, as sometimes the brown ones can mess up, and then you just bone meal it until it's grown. Once it's grown, you'll see the mushroom is actually grown into the portal frame blocks, and you can remove them no problem. You can repeat this same process on all 3 sides to get rid of all the portal frame blocks, but as you can see, they still work. Now listen, I've shown you guys some pretty insane duplication machines so far in this video, but I think what I'm about to show you is going to top every other machine, and that is because this gravity block duplicator can produce over 72,000 items per hour. And if you don't know, gravity blocks mean any type of sand, gravel, or powdered concrete that you have, this farm can duplicate and generate for you. And just a little FYI, I'm going to be building this exact machine in my next hardcore episode, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't already to watch me build it. If you want to build this for yourself, I'll leave the tutorial down below in the description. But on to the last working glitches and duplications in Minecraft. For the last two items on the list, we have some Bedrock exclusive duplication methods, and these are both XP glitches and then full-on item or shulker box duplication methods. Now, at the time of recording this video, I have tested 4 different item duplication glitches, and either all of them didn't work or they caused me to lose some of my items. However, it seems like with almost every update that Minecraft Bedrock gets, Mojang introduces some sort of brand new XP or item duplication glitch. However, unfortunately, right now, there doesn't seem to be either an easily accessible XP glitch or a safe and replicable item duplication glitch. But as time goes on, I will update the links down below in the description as to where you guys can find some updated duplication glitches and some easy XP glitches for Minecraft Bedrock. Or who knows, maybe Mojang is actually finally cracking down on how glitchy the Bedrock platform actually is. I hope you all were able to implement some of these glitches or duplications into your world to make your Minecraft survival experience just a little bit easier. If you were able to do so, a like on this video would be greatly appreciated, as well as dropping a sub if you haven't already. We're closing in on 200,000 subscribers, and every single sub helps. With all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next one.